James Bay.
Former Justice Ministers revealed the Prime Minister of Canada has coordinated a campaign of intimidation and interference against her to protect his partisan interests as the MP of Papineau. The Finance Minister attempted to interfere in the course of justice. The Clerk of the Privy Council delivered the threats. And Jerry Butts and Katie Telford said they weren't interested in what is legal. And the former Justice Minister referred to this Prime Minister as Richard Milhouse Nixon. So will the Prime Minister stop the ongoing smears against her and call an independent inquiry?
Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we know that the Justice Committee is looking at this file. We know that members from both sides of the aisle are working together to have witnesses appear. Witnesses are appearing and responding to questions. We also know that the Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner is looking at this file. We on this side, we respect the work of officers of Parliament, and we think that the Commissioner should do their work. We also know on this side that it's the job of any Prime Minister to defend Canadian jobs. There was a time that the NDP used to fight for jobs and workers. Obviously these days are gone. And Mr. Speaker, that member talks about providing advice. Where was his advice in December 2018 when he was making accusations?
The Honourable Member for Timmins, James Bay.
Job one of this Prime Minister is to be more ethical than Richard Nixon. So let's talk about the threats. Like when Michael Warnick said, quote, the Prime Minister is going to find a way to get this done, one way or the other. He's in that kind of mood, and I wanted you to be aware of that. And further, quote, you don't want to be on a collision course with this Prime Minister. And I asked her if she felt threatened. She said she wasn't threatened once in that meeting. She was threatened 3 times. It is not the role of the Clerk of the Privy Council to act as the personal goon of the Prime Minister. At the very least, will they call on Michael Warnick to step down today?
Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, when members such as that member start mischaracterizing witness testimony, it actually takes away from the debate and the level of discourse in this place. We know that the former Attorney General stated that the Prime Minister told her it was her decision to make. We know that the former Attorney General stated that it was appropriate to discuss job impact.
Order. I'm having difficulty hearing the answers. I should be able to hear them. All members need to be able to hear both the questions and the answers. The Honourable Government House Leader has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The former Attorney General stated that it was appropriate to discuss job impacts. In the end, the former Attorney General made the decision not to proceed. The law was followed at every step of the way. The job of any Prime Minister is to stand up for Canadians and Canadian workers. Mr. Speaker, that's exactly what we do on this side of the House.
Absolutely.
Thank you.